Dreaming about what food to eat. Why they sleeping, why they snoozed on me. I was seizing opportunity.
What the hell is even that? Why they snoozed on me. I was seizing opportunity. Now they don't know what to do with me. I keep going hard like I'm in puberty. Rebellions in my blood, they ring the road.
Ah, that's why it wasn't working. Why is it so loud? Can you guys hear me? Is that better? Ah, that's why it wasn't working. Why is it so loud? Why did that get? Can you guys hear me? Okay, so it was on the wrong track. Ah, that's why it wasn't working. Why is it so loud? Perfect. Thank you guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so now it's on the wrong track. Ah, that's why it wasn't working. Why is it so loud? Perfect. Thank you guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so now it's on the wrong track. Ah, that's why it wasn't working. Why is it so loud? Perfect. Thank you guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so now it's on the wrong track. Ah, that's why it wasn't working. Why is it so loud? Perfect. Thank you guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so now it's on the wrong track. Ah, that's why it wasn't working. Why is it so loud? Perfect. Thank you guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So now it's on the wrong track. That's why it wasn't working. Why is it so do that? Hold on. Perfect. Thank you guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So now it's on the wrong track. That's why it wasn't working. Why is it so do that? Perfect. Thank you. Okay, that should be better. Is that fixed? That might have been why. Close. Okay, I think that was why. How's that, Sharky? Yep. Okay. Cool. So that's a fun thing I learned this morning. Actually, is that when I'm streaming to my other machine, it passes audio from my main machine to that machine, which makes zero sense to me, and I have no idea how that works, but it does work for some reason. But again, thank you guys so much for helping me troubleshoot that. Let's see. Let me make sure. Okay. Bailey, hello. How are you? Sorry about that, Cat. Seems like it's working now. Awesome. I'm glad we got it working. Sorry, guys. That was a... So I have a button, right? I need to put like a little flip switch cover on it because I have one button that will literally change from this configuration to the machine behind me, and I hit it before I went live, so it like reset everything. Okay. Well, now that that's solved, hi everybody. Happy Friday. Going to turn down my audio just a tad bit. Still trying to get the levels all leveled out. We're gonna go live on Instagram. Animating. Sure, that works. Public. Next. Oh god, I hate this. Let's do this. Copy that. I really wish they didn't change their stream key every single stream, but you know, it's fine. It's whatever. Go live. Just need to wait for that to kick up. I also don't understand why YouTube was like having an aneurysm letting me... Oh, you know what I realized? My camera's backwards. There we go. That's better. Okay. Go live. Okay, Instagram chat is up. So is StreamerBot. Alright. I think we're finally here. Okay. So, like I was saying, I'm still working. Why are you still working, Cat? That sucks. Oh shit, where'd my chat go? There it is. Okay. This is... Need a giant cover that says new. No, really, it like literally like kills everything. It's terrible. Back from living in Budapest for 3 months. Normally I watch on Twitch. I was the Flash House, by the way. Oh, nice. Well, welcome back. It's good to see you. Good to see you on the YouTube as well. Vandoff.exe. What's up, man? What's up? How are you? Why did that message come from me? That's weird. That should have been from the... Did my bot account stop working? Why? Why does everything hate me tonight? Oh, no. My bot account failed. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay, auto connect. There we go. All right, fixed it. It's better. Everything's better. We have to work a full corrected inventory before Monday morning. We get done with the physical count, and we just got to input it. Oh, that's terrible. That's awful. Were you able to see the... I saw it. I just haven't looked at it yet. I am interested in looking at that, though. But, like I was saying before, I realized that I'd completely destroyed my stream. Happy Friday. We're finally here. We finally get to relax and enjoy your weekend. If you're on the other side of the planet, it's probably Saturday for you, but it's Friday for us, so that's what we're celebrating tonight. Couple of things. I think we are really close to 20K on Instagram. Let me verify. I haven't even checked yet. Yeah, that'll probably happen by tomorrow, so that's neat. So, with that said, I'll be announcing a 12-hour stream, probably this week. The stream won't happen this week, but it will be announced this week. I'm shooting for the 9th of October. Is going to be the plan. So that's the hope. Cat, I'm sorry you guys have to do that. I hope that gets, like... I hope that's done and over with as soon as possible. But, yeah. So, we are going to be animating BD-1 again tonight. Just kind of messing around with this. We got pretty far with it last week. Just need to do a lot more to it. I'm going to work on this little step-up thing that he's got going on. Because I'm noticing there's a couple of weird things there. But how's everyone doing? Everybody have a good week so far? Let's see. Alright, so I need to play this through and see what I'm doing at. And also, I need to change my music. I want different music. I was listening to earlier Panda Beats. Was it Panda Beats? I think it was Panda Beats. Yeah, it was Panda Beats. Wait a minute. Hold on. Panda Beats and Beat Tracks. Is this the DMCA free crap? Yes, I believe so. We're gonna try this music out. That's stressful. Is there something better? Okay, that's a little bit better. How many years of experience do you have? I've been working on 3D stuff for like 15-ish years. As far as animation goes, very little. I probably have 350 pages to go through. At least I can do it at home. That's at least, yeah, that's nice. That sucks. That's miserable. All right, so we've got all of this down pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. It's just this like little walk cycle here. So we're gonna reduce our thing here. I'm going to work with a certain section. So I want the step up. I'm not so concerned about that right now. I want this stuff. So we're going to be working with a really small chunk today. Just this really quick step up. Okay. Perfect. Interesting. Okay. So let's look at let's select everything so I can see where my keyframes are here. Okay, so there's all my keyframes. Okay, oop, missed two of them. So boom, boom. There's a lot going on here. We also need to be in the animation editor. Alright, that's better. Let's look at this. So everything right now is in stepped. And we need to figure all that out. Okay, look at that. That's awful. What is that? Oh, that's okay. Let's not stress about that. So this is where we're working right now. And interestingly enough, none of that is actually stepped. A little bit of it is. Okay. So let's spline that out real quick. I'm gonna do the same thing with the feet. Let's go spline. Nope, that's not spline. Spline that out. Here, now that this is in kind of like a controlled space. Do that. Can you make this live be like the screen record is on top side and your cam down, because my phone screen, we see so much comments coming through. Really, you do? What does it look like? Hold on a second. I've never actually watched the Instagram live, so I don't really know what it looks like. Let me see. That's not that. I don't want my story. I want my live. Oh wow, you do see the... That's annoying. Huh. Okay, well, thank you for bringing that up to me. Let me fix that real quick. because I hate that. Oh, how do I do this? See, this is why I had it the way it was. So let's try this. We'll try. Oop, what just happened? Okay. I can make that a little bit taller. Sure, what was I just moving? Oh, I see. Redemptions. Let me make sure I didn't jack that up. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, I think that's better. Hello, HK Artworks. How are you? Shinton, I hope that's better. Let me check it real quick. Let me see how that is. Because if that's a little bit better, exit the live. I feel like that might be a little bit better. Yeah. We'll try this setup. I'm hoping that doesn't get too overwhelmed, but I can't really make it much smaller. So, all right. We'll call that good for now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and step these out. I think I already did those, so let's look at how this is. It's these ones that need to be stepped still, or unstepped, basically. All right, so why are we still acting like we're stepped? That's funky. This is, whoa, it's there's no holding data there. Okay, that's fine. But also kind of not fine. Okay. Cockatiels in the background, yes. Yes, they're both in their cage because it's too hot and my fan is on, but usually they're hanging out with me. Alright, so let's look at how this is flowing. So we got the step up, foot down, push up, foot forward. Honestly, that's kind of working the way it needs to. Let's do this. Camera. Ooh, there's a lot going on there that shouldn't be going on there. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to do here. So, let's look at this. A little better, I appreciate it. Okay, good. I'm glad it's better. And then it slowly does this junk, and that's just not cool. So let's go ahead. I hate to re-step that, but I'm going to. Step that final portion. And for some reason, something's just not working. Okay, so that's how that should be. This, however, I feel like is not... That movement right there should be stepped, and it's not. It's not. Let's fix that. Turn off spline. That's bizarre. There we go. Okay. How are you displaying the XYZ on the bones? You mean down here, this stuff? Book creative? I'm confused by what you're asking. Let's see. Okay. Up top. Oh, that. So I turned on the orientation. It was the, where the hell was that? Display. And then I think it was in here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it was, but anyway, I turned it on and I forgot how I turned it on. So I forgot how to turn it off. So now they're just stuck like that, and it kind of bugs me, but it doesn't bug me enough to where I've wanted to fix it. But all that's doing is showing that the orientation of the joint and why it's pointing, or where it's pointing to. Okay. This music ain't it. That's the wrong browser. I was trying something new. Didn't like it. Let's just... let's see. White bat audio. I need a longer mix. That's fine. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Better. Got some better music. Got both the chats up. We're good. Okay. So, looking at this now, I want to kind of look at the way I posed this. So, dropping down. So we want to add some more kind of in-betweens here. Problem is I didn't really leave myself a whole lot of room. So I'm going to have to make some room. Go about halfway, so boop, boop. And then that. Hold on, where's that going? So pose, pose, pose. Okay, so that comes up. So these are just transitions, so we're not actually seeing any of that movement, so I don't need to worry about animating it. Pling. Okay, so let's change that real quick. Going to go about midway. Okay. Not worrying too much about the head right now. You know what, I need water. I haven't had like any water today. Oh man. Yep. That's what I needed. Okay. So same thing though, we need to step those out real quick. Let's see. Auto tangents, legacy. Okay. Drop, pose, pose, boop. Okay, so this neck and head movement is too quick. As we go, pops up, immediately snaps. I kind of want like a nice in-between transition. So snap that there. Why is it doing that now? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Pops up, pose, pose, drops. Okay, I see what's happening there. Snap. So this would be the secondary snap. This is happening too soon. I honestly don't know why I even have that frame. I'm gonna delete that. Okay, so this is where I'm gonna try to do a little bit of like neck and like a little bit more movement here. So I kind of want him to like come closer to the camera. So we're gonna take this and just move it as close as I can. And then up. Doesn't matter that we're breaking everything because you don't see it. Okay. Do another couple frames. Set key. Up. Pose. Move a little bit more over this way. Set key. How close is that to the camera? Let's see. Camera. Oh yeah, perfect. This is cool because I'll be able to like work with the eye movements and stuff. Oops. This one's all automated, so that's fun. Okay. Let's see. So back to perspective. Okay, so we're looking at this kind of like movement here. And I want that to play out over a certain period of time. But I need to figure out how long this movement is right now. So when we come up, so it starts at frame 111. So we'll call it 110 just to like make this suck a little bit less. So 110, and then all of this animation ends at 165, which means this is happening in 1 second. So I kind of hate that. Let's see. Let's see. One second here. Looking at a timing sheet real quick. Whoa, what's that? Okay. Alright, so what I think I'm gonna do is if I think about that, so if you popped up and looked at a camera, you're gonna go boom. So 3 seconds maybe? So really all of this movement needs to be kind of extended outwards. So if I give myself, let's do this. Take this. I want each one of those movements to take about, call it 40 frames. $150 to about 50, 80. That last bit's in spline. Fix that real quick. Okay. So this gives me the ability to add my in-betweens now, which is really nice. So the head goes right there. So I can kind of go up, down. Okay. Yeah. This is going to be really nice, actually. So Just have to establish where it's moving to. And then just kind of like adding a little bit of extra movement in there. Step that real quick. Why is one of those in spline? It's that one. Oh, I went too far. Okay, that all needs to be stepped. Started watching the Terminator anime. It's phenomenal. Looks good. Thank you, my hero. How are you doing? All right. So let's play that pose to pose. So that's taking 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 seconds, maybe. Okay, so I want a little bit more data in here, so now we're gonna do just a little bit of movement. Figure out kind of those midpoints. Okay. There's not a whole lot there, so I'm going to leave that one. I don't think it really needs it. There is quite a bit there, so I can go about midway point there. Okay, that's fine. And then we're snapping back up here, so we'll just kind of continue this frame up here. That way that loads there. And then we'll do one more here. Okay, so let's take all of that. Step it and just watch it and step real quick. Okay. Let's try it in spline. What was that? Oh, okay, so I've got some stepping on this one. Let's just fix that now. That way it's not really driving me nuts. Because we're mainly worried about this joint right now. A little bit chaotic. But getting there movement wise. Okay, so let's play with the antennas a little bit here. As he flips up. So we'll do dual ear control. We'll just flip them up. Want that right there, so I have a holding frame. And we'll do a holding frame here. Hold down. So let's see. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did. Now we're good. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Sure, that's good. All right, perfect. Beautiful. All right, so looking at this now, we're just watching these frames. Let's see what the ears are doing. So we have a little bit of expression. And then I think what I'll do is I'll do a final kind of like dip at the end of this. So it drops down. So I need the head to look forward one more time. Set key. This hasn't been moving at all this entire time, so I don't think we need it to move at all. I don't know. We could probably add a little bit of movement in there. Just some subtle stuff. Right there, okay. Just so we have a little bit more movement in there. Okay, so this is where the animation kind of ends. So now I think what I want to do so that's where that ends. There's our holding frame, and then we're going to pull down, and it probably, yeah, I'm just going to pull him all the way down because I'm not super worried about that. Okay. And then we're going to add a little bit of just like goofiness to this. So where that happens, there's our holding frame. We'll look up. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flop those forward as much as possible. So we'll go boom. Set key. So now the whole head kind of comes down in like a wave. And then I think at like so 272 is where I think we'll call that good. So now we just got to work on refinement. But honestly, it's playing really well on slow, which is the problem. It's actually not doing too bad. With a little bit of refinement, it'll be pretty good. It's getting there. Let me save and drink some water. You guys all ready for the weekend? Still working on BD-1. Yeah, BD-1's my little tinker project. It's kind of like the only model I have that like I can really do a lot with, that is still something that I made that like I don't really have to worry about like dealing with any sort of like artists or anything like that. So it's like my little playground piece. All right. So that's nice and broken, but we don't care about that. Okay. So from the view, I want to see how this looks. It needs some correction on timing, but otherwise, I'm kind of digging where it is so far. So let's do this. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna play with some of the actual like eye control and stuff. So none of this stuff I have actually keyframed yet. So let's key select there. Get some of that little additional movement in there. I don't even know if his eye does that in the game. if we're being completely honest, so. I was reading the Animator Survival Guide, and one of the things they were talking about in that book is how people who animate don't listen to music, and I'm like, or like while they're working, and I'm like, I don't know how people do that, but like it is definitely like juggling a lot, streaming, listening to music, trying to animate, focus on timing. It is quite a bit. So that for sure takes a little bit of like working with. And being that this is the most time I have ever spent animating anything, this has definitely been quite the challenge. Let's do an extreme. Kind of. Get some of that subtle movement in there. Looks at the camera, and then whoop. Okay. A lot of it's happening way too fast. So adjusting timing is going to be kind of fun. I need to look at what exactly I'm looking at controlling here. Where are you from? I am from the United States in New Mexico. What about yourself? Are you planning on rendering with Arnold or exporting to other software? Yeah, I'm going to render this one directly in Arnold. Especially after the last update. I just downloaded the, what was it, 15.2 or whatever it was yesterday? What was the new version? 7.3. That fixed a lot of stuff that I was having issues with, especially with like the GPU rendering. And with BD-1, I know I can render him pretty well on my GPU, so this will all be rendered on my main machine. And then eventually it'll be a redemption on Twitch. Which, if you guys don't know, I stream on Twitch, I stream on YouTube, and I stream on Instagram. And then next week, I'll be streaming on TikTok again. I just haven't had time to set that up yet because it's a whole nother application. Because they couldn't make it easy. Alright, so we have a lot of timing that I need to correct here. I don't think... So all of this is happening here. So basically I need to grab every single one of these and just kind of start tweaking a little bit. So these are all the body movements. So I can easily extend those out a bit. And all we're gonna do is just pull them a little bit. And just kind of extend the amount of time that it takes for some of this to work. This was one of the most important things that I learned with animation, is that like you really do need to pay attention to your timing. And this is one of the easiest ways to adjust it. that should give me a little bit more time. So let's look at that movement there. Yeah, so see, that's a much like, it's a lot cleaner of a movement. So let's look at the head now. And actually, I don't think it's the head that I want, it's this thing. Yes. Okay, so each one of these is like kind of like a, the way I try to animate this is in like chunks. So each one of these movements is a chunk. So we'll kind of just extend that out, and then so I know that every 3 frames is a chunk, basically. Okay, so I went too far with that one. So we'll go back a little bit. Push forward there. Almost. There we go. That's better. How long is the... Let's see. Hold on. How long is the animation, and how long will it take to render 1 frame with your machine? So, with this guy, I remember the renders themselves when I did the rotation were taking, I want to say, about 1.5 minutes per frame. Maybe less. I don't really know. It also depends on if I render it in 4K or not. So I can tell you right now that, like, actually I think I can just do it. Hold on, file, save scene. Let me save it real quick. We'll render this really broken BD-1 here. I'm gonna put a warning out. This might make the screen flicker. Maybe not. Oh, there's no lighting in this scene yet. So it's just gonna render a black screen. It should be anywhere between 45 seconds to 1:30 per frame, depending on how I get this kind of dialed down. But it'll probably take a day or two. Okay. Let's see how that plays out now that that's cleaned up a bit. That movement's a lot better. This is just a little, the timing's a little bit wonky there. I want that to hold a little bit longer than that. So let's just extend that just a tad bit. And then we're going to look at this. We're going to take the one right here. Okay. Just push it a little bit more. Same thing here. I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. Much cleaner. Much cleaner. So we're getting the timing kind of fixed up there, which is nice. I think the eyes though are a little too like all over the place. So let's Chris?
Okie dokie.
Is it that loud? Nobody told me it was that loud. What's loud? Tell me what's loud. What needs to be fixed? Rigging and animation is the second hardest part. It's pretty ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. I'm enjoying animation though, now that I'm doing more of it. But rigging, there are secrets within rigging that I just do not understand, and I am actually tempted to buy a course on it because, like, I try to do everything I do self-learning, but rigging is just a freaking mystery to me. I don't understand it. Alright, so let's increase the timing on this a little bit. This might jack up some of this, but that's okay. Boy, you were quiet as hell. What? You can't tell me that I'm breaking everyone's ears and then say I'm quiet. What's broken? I told him about... Oh, okay. Jesus. You guys are killing me. Imagine you're rendering... it's okay. It's an RTX 3070. It's not the best thing in the world, but it does its job. Killing me. Yeah, you're killing me, Smalls. Do me a favor, Chris. Will you play one of the overlay redemptions so I can make sure it's working on my vertical stream? That's an audio. Just do the nah one. Magic word. Can I do it? No, I can't do it. Hold on. Wow. Yeah, that worked. Okay, cool. Thank you. Wow. Okay. I just saved. Gautham, hello, how are you? How's it going? Good morning. It's so strange, like, I forget that it's morning for some people. So save again. I just did. Saved again and again and again. Alright, let's look at this guy's animation, because these keyframes, they're a little too wonky donkey. So we're going to extend that out a little bit. Just want... Oh, nope. Bing bong. If you guys didn't know, you can redeem things on Twitch. So there's all sorts of fun stuff you can do on Twitch if you are ever interested in watching on one of the largest platforms. There we go. That's so much better. The flicking movement, though, is just a little bit... I want to, like... just want to clean it up just a tad bit more. So... just extend it out just a tad bit. Okay. Alright, so this one, there's too much movement going on here. I do need like a holding frame. But it's a tad bit late for that. What I can do though is I can copy this guy, paste it, and that should give me a little bit longer of a hold. Yes, it does. Cool. In the stream, I can expect this BD model will have a life. Yes, it's already getting there. How do you tolerate us? I don't know. I don't really know. Family's being aggressive to you. Wait, what is going on? It's drinking time for some people? It's drinking time for me after I finish the stream. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, God. The numbers are bleeding together, Cat. I'm sorry. Have you ever think about using UE to render your model animations, even using NVIDIA Omniverse? So I tried using Omniverse. I can't really figure it out. I need to play with it a little bit more, but my current project outside of this one, I am playing with Unreal Engine. So my next project that you guys see finished, which will be coming out in October, will be rendered in Unreal. For working long hours, which PC is best, laptop or European? I mean, I like PC. I hate laptops with a burning passion. I use the laptop when I have to. And even then, it's probably because I'm just on my couch and I don't want to be in my office, so I'm remoting into my computer in my office. But I always prefer a desktop. I got a new water bottle. 50 ounces. Gonna be hydrated as fuck. Let's see. Are you using NVIDIA Broadcast? No. Real-time or render? Just render. Just render. I'm peaking like crazy. Let's fix that. I might experiment with real-time. Real-time is kind of like beyond... Like, I didn't even get taught that stuff in school. Because when I was in college, real-time was very, very early on. And it was still very much, you had your video games that were really low polygon and all that stuff. So real-time's changed a lot since then. And I do want to get more into it. I'm balancing time. Epic free now? What's free? That sucks, Cat. I'm sorry. Epic free now. What do you mean, Sharky? What's up, Tobin? What program did you study in college? So my bachelor's degree is in computer science with a subset in visual arts. But I went to Full Sail University for, I think they called it a 3D art degree or something like that. I don't even remember what they called it, to be honest with you. It was something 3D. It was a waste of money, so put that out there right now. But that's where I studied, was at Full Sail University. Oh, I see what you're saying, Sharky. What's free? What's free this week? Let's find out. Since Epic so badly wanted to tell us what's free. What the hell's actually free? None of this is free. Where's the free stuff? Oh, here we go. The Spirit and... Oh, the Spirit... Yeah, the Spirit and the Mouse. Or Bear and Breakfast. I have no interest in either of those. Let's see. I'm on the same boat. I remember when Substance Painter, it wasn't even an idea. I know. I'm so mad that Substance Painter wasn't even a thing when I was in college. Because, like, I had to texture in Mudbox. And if you've ever used Mudbox, you know how just god-awful that was. Or Photoshop. I had used Photoshop, too. I want to continue in visual effects and cinema, but I don't know what program to study. Texturing in Photoshop, oh my god. Yeah, no, it's awful. So, minimum, if you have access to it, and you have the money for it, Gnomon, or Gnomon, however you say it, is a pretty good course. Pretty good school, from what I hear. They're kind of like one of the top in the US, anyway. But yeah, when it comes down to it, if you've got the drive to learn it and you're good at self-study, YouTube is a fantastic resource. Like, there's so much out there. I really have never come across something that I couldn't learn on YouTube except rigging. I finally found a couple people that kind of teach rigging, and I'm able to kind of like piece in here and there, but I think rigging's like one of the few things that I might actually buy a course on. Reality Portal, I do agree with that. But I also agree with, like, if there's something specific you need to learn and you can't find a video on YouTube on it, go buy a course. There was one that I was looking for. Let me pull it up here. Hold on. I think it was on Gumroad. Pretty sure it was on Gumroad. Yeah, it was this guy. So this guy's got like a $35 course on mechanical rigging, which is something that I have always struggled to figure out how to actually do. But $35 for a personal license, like, there's nothing wrong with that. If you choose to go to a school, you can choose to go to a school. I don't recommend it, though. I'm still paying for my school, and it sucks because I made the mistake of just thinking that you had to do that. But, you know, learn from my mistakes, use YouTube, use online tutorials. A lot of people sell this stuff really affordably. Get a job is only about your portfolio. Experience plays a role when negotiating salary, but getting a job solely depends on your output. No, absolutely. That's where I'm stuck, because I need to make sure I have a badass portfolio, because I have no industry experience, but I need them to at least match my current salary. So that's where I get stuck. Okay, back to animation. This one's too fast. So let's fix the timing on that a little bit. We're just gonna add a little bit of work. Change this. Just adding a tad bit of time. Okay, so the only thing I want to do there is there's a hold. I don't like the hold. So let's look at the body here. Just gonna select that and just add a tad bit of movement. That's better. Much, much better. Okay. Let's see. I missed a couple messages. Hold on a second. And to be fair, in our time, there wasn't much YouTube other than basics, so we ended up at universities. That's also very true. Yeah, I forget. I do tend to, like, forget how, like, young YouTube was when I went to... Because I started school in 2011. So, like, YouTube was just kind of starting to really pick up steam. So, yeah. I'm 17 and I already know Maya, Unreal Engine, ZBrush, and other softwares, but I don't know what's my next step. So, do you have a portfolio yet? Have you decided what it is you want to do? So, like, what aspect of 3D do you want to do? Do you want to go for a generalist role, which, you know, is a much tougher path? Or do you want to do, like, you know, modeling or rigging or animation? So I think if you don't have those things figured out, that's going to be your next step. And then, of course, if you don't have a portfolio, start building that immediately. But it sounds like you've already got a pretty good grip on those applications, which is good. That's awesome. And if there are things you don't know, now's a good time to start figuring those things out. But yeah, really, you need to figure out, like, where you want to be, like what you want to do and where you want to be. At that point, especially if you do, like, know those applications that well, I would say probably skip college unless you really, really, really want to go to college. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the money. Everyone I've talked to, they went to college and it just wasn't really worth it for them. Unless they went to like Genomon or Nomon, however you say it. I think that's the only one I've ever heard good things about. So that's kind of where I would start looking at it. Yo, your IG memes are so funny. Thank you so much. I always send them to Thor/Quill meme. Oh, to friends learning Blender. I pick on Blender users a lot, but it's just because they comment on my stuff constantly. You know, don't tell me your software's better and I won't make memes about you. But I'm glad you find them funny, KC Schiff. Oh god, hold on a second. Stop learning software. Project-based learning is the best way to do it. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. Not really. So you haven't yet. Okay. Man, I don't rig too much. Just pose my model. There's a plugin called Advanced Skeleton that's not too bad. Yeah, so I keep seeing stuff about that. I need to try it. I need to actually play with it because I haven't played with it. Minnerman, yeah, no problem. If you have questions, feel free to send me a message, join our Discord, like whatever you'd like to do. If you guys didn't know, I know there's a good chunk of you guys watching now. We do have a Discord, !Discord. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, we'll take you there. And then if you are on Instagram, the link is in my bio. Just click that, join the Discord. We have a community of people who are always getting critiques and working on stuff in the Discord, and like it's growing every day. So good place to be, especially if you have questions as like an up and coming artist. Plus, it's just the easiest way to like actually talk to me and get to me. So, because sometimes I miss Instagram messages. All right, so let's look at the. Hold on a second. Let's look at the ears because the ears are. I think the ears are on this one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's look at the. Fix the timing on these guys. Pretty sure those are still operating and stepped. Let's tangent those out real quick, or spline them. Okay, so that's the only problem there. Okay. I'm gonna kind of, the nice thing is these are just like little sub actions, so like you can kind of put them wherever you want to. We'll see how that plays. Cool, that's working really well. There are two famous auto rigging now, Gears and Advanced Skeleton. I personally prefer Advanced Skeleton for mechanical stuff, but Gears is newer. So tell me this, Reality Portal, Advanced Skeleton, what does it have for like rigging pistons and stuff? Because I've reversed engineered a lot of this just to figure out how it functions, but I still, for the life of me, cannot figure out how people integrate pistons into full-on rigs. That's been one of the things that I've been stuck on. So if Advanced Skeleton can do that, I will definitely take a look at that. Okay. Alright, so let's see how this whole thing's playing out. I know it's going to be a little fast, but let's see. Oh, hi. What the hell just happened there? Okay, so the timing on that is jacked up. Okay. So there's this whole chunk right here that needs to be fixed. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Let's look at this, because this is awful. A lot of this is still not spline, so let's look at that in spline. Kelsey, what's up? How are you? KC Shift, let's see. Gotham recently saw the Hypershade video, which is very useful, and I'm not similar, and it's a confusing one from you, sir. I learned to use it. Will it be helpful, sir? It's important to know. So if you plan on working in like materials, especially in like Arnold and Maya, like Hypershade is very important to learn. It is confusing. There is a lot to it, and I'm working on more videos to kind of try to help clear up the confusion on it, because there's a lot of nodes and a lot of people don't really understand what the nodes do. And Autodesk's documentation on those nodes is kind of not the best, so I'm working on doing like a split series where I just go over each node. So hopefully that'll kind of help you guys a little bit. I miss Chaotic Fam Gaming. So, Kelsey, I game with everyone on Thursdays. I don't stream it anymore, just because it's kind of like I wanted to have a break between each one of my streams. So if you ever want to catch me gaming with anyone, I'm usually on Thursdays. I'll change it up every once in a while, but as far as like me streaming, I won't be streaming games anymore. Animation and rigging. Yeah, I know, it makes me cry too. Okay, what do we got here? These auto rigging plugin that are mainly made for character, which is now a straightforward process. They mainly do is take some of the given locations to 3D space, create a character. Okay, I gotcha. Glad I voted on this format. Looks good. Good job. Good for you for voting for it. We actually had to change it because the chat was getting in the way of it, but it's a little bit better. For pistons, I personally prefer to do it from scratch without using auto rig. I'd suggest using Node Editor, which is relatively easy to learn. I've never used Node Editor for rigging. I'll have to check that out. I hate the new phone Twitch app, so I'm like never on there, but I'll join for that. So apparently they're going to make it better, Kelsey, which is nice. But yeah, I agree. It's not great. Simple math and knowing nodes. Piston would be quite simple as long as it's just the actual movement. Yeah, it's just getting it like built into everything that is where I get confused. Because like the neck here, for instance, right? The way I did this one is definitely not right, but it works. And all I did was just do a little connection there. Problem with that is, though, I've got rotation that's happening that I need to lock down, so. But I don't plan on being a rigging artist, so I don't really need to be like the best at this, which is nice. Naga, hi, how are you? God, I hope so, yeah. Mr. Blazerman, what's up? Just leaving campus. I got my life drawing homework done this past 2 weeks. Where I put it? Just put it in the yeah, just put it in the finished art. That's fine. Gotham, I'm in Twitch. What's the gaming channel name of yours, sir? It's the same name, Cryptic_Visionary. YouTube channel for rigging, please. So that's kind of unfortunate because there is really none. I've had to piece my information together from a bunch, but if you want one that was good and helped me, let me pull it up here. I gotta remember his name because I just recently subscribed to him. Let's see. Where is he? I learned basically everything I was doing from this dude. Where's his video? It wasn't this one. I think it was this one. Is it this one? I don't think it was this one. No, because I didn't subscribe to him. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because it's a super good channel. I have too many subscriptions on here. Where is it? Not that one. Problem is he doesn't really post anymore. So he doesn't show up in the top of my feed anymore. See if I can just click all subscriptions. That might load it. Oh yeah, here's my like more recent ones. Okay. So his name is it John? I think it might have been John. Is it John? No, it's not John. Crap. Hold on, I'll find it for you. I really need to like reduce some of these. Is it Edwin? No, he's just an animator I followed. Oh god, I'm gonna post this one in my Discord as soon as I find it too, because this is like the second time I've been asked for this. Let's see. 1 second, guys. Is this him? Ah, I think this was him. Let's see. I can't for the life of me find him right now. I'll have to look. If you're in my Discord, I'll post it in my Discord when I find it. Hey, what's app? You mean, oh, what's up, Martin? The app is Maya. Let's see. If it works, it works. I mean, that's true. I would like it to work better, though. Hello, Clarwatt. Let me catch up on chat here. Okay. Let's see. Did you test the limit for rotations? Nope, because I forgot. And this is this is like the third time I've opened this model since I started my other project. Can you do stuff in Blender, or is it only doable on Maya only? What do you mean? Like, I mean, you could do basically anything I do in Blender. It's just a little bit more difficult, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I love hanging out with you. Obviously, I don't animate a model, so I'm just lost 90% of these streams. Cool to watch, but I do have missed the games. Yeah, I'll be there on Thursdays. I still do gaming. I just don't stream it anymore. Because the way I kind of look at it is like if I don't keep my platforms as locked down to what I'm doing as possible, they don't grow in the way that I need them to grow. So I kind of have to refrain from doing stuff like that. But I still play games with the guys. Sir, can I show how to get Maya patch fix downloaded, like blah, 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 which you're using right now? I search what, send in Discord, kindly show it. Yeah, so what I do, I just open up my little app here, and then you can click this view all products and services button. And let me make sure there's no like personal info on here before I show this to you guys. I think this is okay. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so if you look at it, you go right here to the product updates tab, and then everything in here is going to be your updates that have currently been published for Maya. So for instance, yesterday I just updated the Arnold plugin to 5.45 or whatever. And in here, you should have, I think they're down here somewhere. Yeah, these updates right here. So these main updates are the ones you want to download. Oh. Want me to send what I sent? Sure. Please, because I'll forget. Dropped in on Stigma the other day, but I missed the whole fam vibes. Missed you too. Yeah, a lot of us have been so super busy that like we haven't really gotten together much. So me and Chris for sure play every Thursday, but I know Roy's been really busy. Kat's been super busy. So it's just everyone's been really busy. So it's been kind of tough. I'm hoping it slows down for the holidays and we can all do some stuff. You consider yourself a generalist? Yes, I do. That is where I tend to like ride. I want to know everything that I can and do as much that I can. That's just kind of how my brain works, but I'm the same way in like IT, like my job outside of this. Like I just like to know and understand the whole process on everything. So it just kind of works for me. A lot of people it doesn't work for. I'm not important. Yes, you are, Stigma. I guess Stiggy and I aren't as important as you guys, I guess. No, I mentioned you too. I'm still dealing with some old stuff, but doing all right. Other than junk with my son's dad, everything's really good. I'm glad. Hopefully it's cooling down for you too, a little bit, Kelsey. We were looking at how Arizona's like basically on fire right now, so that's kind of shitty. Welcome back, Stiggy. You are important. Did you get a lot of rain? Because I know you guys didn't get hit by the hurricane. You didn't get any rain? Lots of sunshine. Well, that's kind of shitty. I love rain. You guys probably don't, but if you select the curve controller you want to configure... Okay, I'm going to copy that this time so I don't, like, forget that. I'm putting it in a notepad here. Don't. Control V. Alright. Got it saved this time, Mr. Blazing Man. It's fine. At least the head mod isn't in his chat, unlike someone else's. I'm good where I'm at, but it's hotter than hell. Oh. I love the rain. I do too. Dark, rainy day. Some hot tea. Some TV or you know, for me, art. Like, it's the best. When I get home, I can double check if I'm correct on that and send the official one on Discord. Yeah, definitely do that. There's a... I was going to say, there's the... Oh, what the hell is it called? The 3D resources, if you want to post it in there. Okay. Also, I want to know the whole process, but when I got old and didn't want to suck at every aspect of game dev, I get that. Yeah, it's something that you really have to kind of, like, your brain just has to work for it. It's not something that you can necessarily teach. And, like, a lot of people ask me, like, how do I become a generalist? I'm like, I really don't know. Because for me, the logic just makes sense. Now! Yeah, it's different for everyone, though. What is playing right now? Well, at least it's still White Bat, but that's definitely not what I was listening to. Okay, that's better. Sorry, guys, chat's exploding on, like, every single platform. Give me a second here. I'm trying to catch up with everybody. Let's see. You know, down well, they say a bunch of shit. I don't mean because I just fill in space, but that's very true. Okay, back to Instagram. Hello, sir. Lovely content inspired by you to indulge in this field of 3D. I'm glad it's inspiring. Thank you so much for letting me know. Indulge ahead, indulge hard, and don't stop indulging. 100%. I just want to ask, as I want to become a VFX artist, so ask for you inside for it. How should I start? So, I'm sorry if I say this wrong. Shresthav? What have you done so far in 3D? Like, do you have any experience with 3D yet, or is this kind of your first time? Do you ever get bad animator's hand like carpal tunnel? No, so I have this freaky ass mouse, which I don't know if you guys can see. Hold on a second. Let me show you guys. the mouse that I use without like tearing my... So I use this guy, which is like fully adjustable, and it's got these like little fins for support and everything like that. I don't use any other mouse except for this. So I have like 2 of these. And I need to clean it, apparently. But that mouse, I don't get tired using it. I actually get more tired using my pen tab, which is kind of weird. True, but every generalist has its specialty. Which one would say you... which one would you say is yours? So mine's for sure hard surface modeling. That's kind of like my bread and butter. Use a vertical mouse or pen for the bad hand thing. Yeah, I hate vertical mice. I remember the first time I saw one of them, and like it actually upset me because I couldn't figure out how to use it right. But these mice work really well for me. It's kind of like you just have to decide what you want and what works for you. And then the other thing is that I did start using, because I did get a lot of like tired, was I'd get one of these pads. It was like $9 on Amazon. But you just put it right in front of your mouse, and you just rest your wrist on it, and it helps a lot. Initially, it took me like a couple days to get used to it, but now I can't like use my mouse without it. Shadow IQ, hello, how are you? Let's see. All right, I may be starting that soon. All right, what's going on? Oh, that's true. Till then, I'll have to suck it up and watch you on Twitch. Journalist can mean many things, but if you have experience, it's an area between you and you're out of your comfort zone. The rule of thumb is you have to be good enough in multiple fields so you can help. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of people try to tell themselves that they're going to be an expert at all of this. And the truth of the matter is you probably never will be. Because so many, like, these tools are built by hundreds of people who have different specialties, and they focus really heavily on their areas. And so you may have somebody who is an expert at rigging but sucks at everything else, or you may have a generalist who's good at everything but isn't an expert at anything. So it's like a master of all, or it's like a master of none kind of situation. So you know a lot, but you don't know it all, and you probably never will be, just because like there's so much to know. Like rigging, I'm fucking terrible at it. I'm bad at rigging. And I don't plan on getting that much better, but I understand enough of it to get a working character in there. In my field, generalist means 30% art and 70% math and programming. Yeah, that's fair. What is your field, Reality Portal, if you don't mind me asking? I'm good, and you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Shadow IQ. I'm also a hard surface enjoyer. Good. That's what I love. You know, I do, like, that's what I kind of veg out and work on. Vertical mouse is like coffee. Everyone hates it at first, but you get used to it and it can be very good. That's fair. Okay. So what were we working on? I forgot what we were working on. Oh, yeah. That. Okay. This insane amount of movement that we have going on here. All right, so let's look at this. So we just have like way too much freaking data going on here that just needs to be spread out a little bit. So I need to figure out, so this stuff, I want that gone. We can just delete that key. Okay, that stuff doesn't matter. In fact, I can give myself room by just moving this crap over here. Exactly, I couldn't have said it better. Yeah. I had just started learning Maya and Blender. Okay, so that's good. You know, spend some time learning the software. It's important to learn. And then start figuring out like what it is you want to do. Like, one of the most important things, and I feel like a lot of colleges don't teach this, is you really do want to kind of decide like what it is you want to do. Do you want to be an animator? Do you want to be a modeler? Do you want to be a texture artist? Like, whatever it is. Figure out at least a baseline understanding of what you want to be, and then go for it. Like, just do it. Pick projects that are fun and entertaining, and then you know that you can finish and keep going. And if you don't know what it is, find some tutorials. You can use my fan tutorial if you'd like to. There are plenty of tutorials out there to just kind of help you go through the whole process, and you can decide which part of that you like the most. Nibel Hater. They've been carpet bombing Lebanon since 12 and 5, and now a single soul got to. Yeah, that's pretty awful. Man, if anyone can find a mouse like your for left-handed people, I think they do make a left-handed variant for it. I think. Maybe. I'm a technical artist mainly, so focused on game dev. I do a ton of boring shit that I enjoy, like making cloth sim, character animation work efficiently with the engine, or creating pipeline between Maya and game engine to ease file transfer. See, that's cool stuff. That's stuff that I definitely would not enjoy myself. I like sim stuff. Simulation stuff is always interesting to me, and I want to do more of it. I just Bifrost scares me, but I like simulation stuff, so that's cool. I tend to kind of sit on the realm of like in between when it comes to like regular artist and technical artist, because like I do like the technical side of stuff, but I have my limits. Like, I'm not making my own scripts. I'm not programming anything because that's my limit. I don't like code at all. That's what I do for my main job outside of animation stuff, and I hate it. So that gives you a little look into my life. But that's cool that you enjoy it. That's awesome that you enjoy it. It takes a lot for people to find things that they enjoy. Link sends you by showing Maya 2282. It's not showing the page which you have shown here. Oh, that's right. You were on an older version. For me, it's showing different. Oh, paste the link here. You can't paste the links on YouTube. They block them. I'm really enjoying lately is pointing out hard surface trim sheets. Yeah, I've had a lot of people say I should start looking into that, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to. I might. I don't know. Galtham, that's going to be different. I forget that you're in 2022. Ooh, I'll have to do a little bit more research for you. What about Houdini for Sim? It's been getting a lot of attention. Houdini is badass. I love Houdini. I don't know how to use it. I briefly tried to switch from Maya to Houdini and hated my life and went back to Maya. But I would like to learn the simulation side on Houdini because it's a phenomenal application. And the stuff you can do there, you can do in it are bar none, like just amazing. Houdini has been famous for years. It's just recently they made it user-friendly, and that's why you keep hearing about it. That's also fair. That's one of the big things and the big trends that we're starting to see is they're starting to make stuff more user-friendly because, you know, Blender's kind of leading that. I say that with quotation marks. But the reason that we're going to start seeing more of it, too, is that it's actually affordable. Like Houdini's got a very cheap indie license. And I think that's really important because for Houdini, I don't know, it was like $17 a month or something like that. Let me see. Hold on a second. It was cheap when I was looking at it. Let's see. Get. Buy. Yeah, so for Houdini Indie, if you do, which I don't think you can do it monthly, it's $269, which coming from the studio edition of it, which is nearly $7,000, and then the Houdini effects license is $5,000 almost. It's pretty inexpensive, so you can do a lot with it now. You still don't get like the full package with Indie, but it's pretty damn good. So I think that's another reason we're starting to see more of it. Hopefully you're starting to get more tutorials out there. Yeah, that's another reason why I haven't really started looking at it. Just because I don't want to spend more time learning it than I have to. I remember when I started learning Houdini, I constantly found myself somehow programming, which takes way too long, even though the result would be worth it, but now it's changing. Yeah, well, in like the advent of like visual programming with nodes has really changed a lot. I really want to start learning procedural modeling. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that, and I'm not super sure that I want to learn it, but I could see why somebody would want to do that. Let's see. Lighting is really a vibe too. You can get really in depth with it to absurd levels. Yeah, lighting's fun. I enjoy lighting. But for using, we need a beast PC, it seems. What do you mean? What do you mean, Gotham? Been wanting to ask you, how long did it take you to learn rigging? I can't really say that I learned rigging. I am cautiously, dangerously okay at rigging. To rig BD-1 took me, I think, 3 days to figure it all out, just because it was the first time I was rigging anything for in 15 years. So it really ended up being me finding like 5 different tutorials and combining techniques from every single one of them, and then just kind of relearning some of the stuff I learned in college. Any links on where I can learn? So I was talking earlier about it. There's an artist I followed who has some really good tutorials, and I'm going to post him in my Discord as soon as I find his channel again. So if you're in the Discord, that'll be a good place to get him. If you do lighting, it's a gap in the industry, so people will hire. Oh, interesting. I wonder why. Are there just not a lot of people doing it? Oh, for Houdini. Yeah, Houdini, because it's a simulation software, you need a pretty high-end CPU, unless, I don't know if Houdini does GPU simulation yet, but everything that I've understood for sim stuff, it's CPU bound. So if you want to learn fundamentals, which is necessary to start in Blender, Maya, make it too easy and intuitive to make your own skip. Let's see. Start learning in Blender. Maya makes it too easy and intuitive, makes you skip fundamentals. I don't necessarily agree with that one. I don't necessarily agree with that one, because I do feel like Blender overcomplicates things to an extent. Maybe it's because I've been using Maya for so long, but like yesterday I was using Blender to apply a material to BD-1. Actually, I pulled BD-1 into Blender. And the process of applying a damn texture to him took 35 minutes, which made no sense. And like even using the weird Control L like linking thing did not work. So I don't know what the deal was, but like it was just frustrating and annoying. It's so much of the way Blender shortcuts work. So you can kind of fix some of the shortcuts by changing to like industry standard key set, but I understand that. I meant for rigging. Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought you meant like all-encompassing. So this is where all the cool kids are hanging out. AJ Green. Yes, absolutely. Houdini now does some OpenCL sims, but for some specific fields, using GPU for sim is a crazy complex process. That's interesting. I get it. I wish it wasn't that way, because, God, GPUs are so fast now. Okay. So all of this is too fast, so we're going to take a lot of this and just kind of spread it out. And we'll tweak it as we go. And I closed my other chat. Let's see. Okay, sorry guys. Garong, Discord link, please. It's in the description on the YouTube video, or you could type in !Discord. Not many people do it. Lots of people just don't like doing it. That's interesting, because I like lighting. I think it's fun. So the graphics should be at least 40 series NVIDIA, 7000 series in AMD. I'm not sure. Oh, for Houdini? Yeah, I mean, Houdini, you're kind of gonna want to just get the best. Like, honestly, in 3D in general, you just want the best you can get. Like, even my machine is starting to show its age, and I built this thing in 2020, so it sucks. Let's see. Because we're talking tonight, I love it. Just to make a transparent material in Blender took me like 10 minutes. It's overly convoluted, and I don't understand why it is. This second keyboard and program it to use the same shortcut along with different softwares. My colleagues called me an idiot at first, but now they envy me. That's actually a pretty decent idea. I do have a lot of shortcuts on my Stream Deck that I've been using. I use them for rigging when I was not rigging, sorry. I used them for UVing while I was UVing in Maya, but since I've moved over to Rhizome, I don't really use them anymore. But that's also good advice. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. I think we're good. Okay. Yeah, yesterday I woke up to a comment on one of my videos yesterday about how easy UV unwrapping was in Blender. And so I wanted to prove them wrong, but it took me like 35 minutes just to apply a texture, and I'm like, I don't even need to try. Like, this is just convoluted as hell. Like, I actually don't understand why it was so complicated to do what I wanted to do. And who knows, maybe there's a secret way that I didn't find on the internet, but everyone was saying that it was just miserable to do. I think it's so much fun. It's good to set up a mood board beforehand. I've never actually done that. I probably should do that. But yeah, no, that's good advice too. I mean, like, if you use Pure Reference, like, that's a solid tool for everything. I've gotten so in-depth with using Pure Reference now at this point that, like, I have a hard time doing a project if I don't have a Pure Ref board. This is a wonderful water bottle. If you have a Walmart near you, not sponsored, but this thing's awesome. Okay. All right, so we've hopefully fixed our timing because that was awful. That's slower. Let's see how that looks from the camera. So let's do this. We're gonna just expand the whole thing out. So there's our entire animation. Okay, so that little wiggle thing that's going on there, that is not good. So all of this is fine. What am I playing this at? Hold on a second. Is this actually playing at real time? Yeah. Must have just been trying to catch. That is weird because I feel like we just adjusted a lot of that. What's happening there? Is that the step up? Yeah. Oh, the timing on those is all jacked up because all I did was move the other thing around. Yep, that's why. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so that doesn't matter. Hold on. So, ooh. That's kind of, oh, okay. Okay, so that's where that changes. And I have both of them selected right now, yes? No, just one. Okay, let's get them both selected here. Nope, we're just gonna do one. Okay. I gotta run. Have a good night. Kelsey, have a great night. Why did I just get an error saying YouTube is gonna be unusable? God damn it. Just started learning Maya and it's fun. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's awesome to hear. Let's see. Can you even set textile density in Blender without needing to install plugins? I don't know. Probably not. You can't turn off caching. You don't need it there. Oh, you can turn it off. No, yeah, that's true. I don't need it. Was it on by default? Oh yeah, it was. Okay, so this still needs a lot of corrections, so I just really need to kind of really it's just this wiggle. It's that right there. Okay. So these frames right here are what are causing my issue. So let's find the wiggle. There it is. That's part of it anyway. Make sure we don't have any anywhere else. No, that was really it. A little bit here, but not a whole lot. I don't even know why I animated the legs at this point. No, there's no native way to do. Really? Wow, that sucks. That's all right. I mean, you know, Maya didn't have a native quad fill, so I have a quad fill, but Maya didn't have a native quad fill. So I guess both of them lost in that aspect. I don't know. Blender is good for getting started. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm really more like picky about their community than I am anything else. The software's fine. It is definitely convoluted, but I do feel like if you can learn Blender, you can probably learn Maya really easily, just because you're going to find that a lot of the tools in Maya are just straightforward. They just make sense. So all of that's good. The other stuff is still way too freaking fast. So that's where that transition's happening. So I spent so much time fixing this, I didn't really like give myself enough space for this. So that's gonna have to get spaced out. What time are we at? Oh shit, okay. We're kind of at time. Let's see here. Okay. I was having such a good time talking to everybody, so I lost track of time. Hopefully nobody else is messaging on YouTube right now. Let me make sure. Blender's community, my god. Yeah, it's rough. I get it. It's a free software. It's fun. You get to make cool stuff with it. I know a lot of Blender artists who are amazing artists. They're also not going around shitting on other people's content because they're using something else. I don't get it. So yeah, I make jokes about it and I make memes about it and I get yelled at all the time by it, but like, it's deserved. We just followed. Wiltum, thank you for the follow. Blender was advantageous to the big community plus free, but I learned Maya way back and kind of suck with it. Yeah, it depends on what you start with. Like, if you start with Blender, you're going to know Blender, and you're going to have a harder time with some apps. Like, I feel like if you know Blender, like I said, it's probably a lot easier to, like, transition. But there's people who make it their whole identity, and I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Ranto Puff Me. Hello. How are you? Blender's fine, just improbable to use at scale, too many plugins, and yeah, no, it really is. Like, the thing is, like, with Maya, like, people ask me, like, what plugins am I using? I'm like, I only use, like, 2. Just because, like, I don't really need any other ones. And then Blender, it's all, oh, you need a plugin for this, you need a plugin for that, you need a plugin for this. It's like, God, why? You know, good thing to learn on, just the community kind of sucks, and, like, I wish it didn't. Because like I said, I know a lot of Blender artists who are really good artists, and unfortunately, like, the software they use kind of gets soured because the community that use that software are really, like, almost assaultive towards other users, and it's just kind of annoying. Do you have a masterclass? Do you have any masterclass or tip for animation graph and that? I'm in animation school. We didn't see any of that. I literally animate by eye. That's awful that you guys didn't learn about it, so I don't really have any tips about it. I don't have any videos that I've made about it yet, but there are a good couple of them on YouTube, so if you just search up the how to use Maya's animation graph, there's some really good tutorials on how to walk through and actually work with it. It's really simple and straightforward once you get the hang of it, and it's super, super powerful. I don't know, has Blender got into the industry? Has Blender got into the industry as Maya? No. I mean, there are some companies that are playing with it and using it, and, like, I guess some companies offer it as an option for artists, but, like, when you talk about replacing Maya, we'll use Disney as an example, just because I love Disney and I watch all sorts of shit from Disney. Maya is used for legitimately everything, from programming their animatronics in their theme parks to doing the VFX in their films and their 3D movies and all that stuff. You're talking about a tool that has existed in these companies for damn near decades and replacing it with an open source tool that doesn't have any official support, requires a lot of plugins. Like, I don't see it happening. Like, I don't see it happening. There are a few people at my work that use Blender for biome creation. Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff that it can be used for in a studio standing. It's just like, it depends on like how much the studio wants to integrate it. Blender Supreme, Mr. Blazing Man. Blender tutorials I see online is like how to make a sci-fi spaceship. Download a sci-fi panels add-in. Yeah. There's too many technical artists made for Maya. That's the thing, and like the colleges are still teaching Maya. Like, colleges don't teach Blender. They're not going to. It's not the standard, therefore they're not going to teach it. So there's a whole pipeline outside of just like the traditional studio pipeline that we're ignoring just because we're like, oh, you know, Blender lets me do cool things, but like, it's just not going to happen. I've seen CG show reels modeling prop landscapes where they drop down parts that form an entire car plane by city presentation. How do you animate that? Those are actually really easy. And it depends on how complicated you want to get with them. But usually what I do is I will just take my piece and I will just start taking the pieces and moving them up and setting keyframes. And then I'll take that video and I will throw it in DaVinci and reverse it. And it looks like it's coming together. That's kind of the easiest way I found to do it. I don't know if there's like an official way to do it, but that's how I do it. That's my other biggest complaint about Blender, right? Like the biggest issue I have with it is that so many people are like, this is so much faster in Blender, but then you look at it and the topology is trash. There's no UVs. They auto UV'd it. They painted directly on the object without UVing it, or there's so many shortcuts in Blender that don't work in a traditional pipeline. Like it doesn't work. And so all of these cool little plugins that let you take a ship and make it out of a bunch of like pre-made assets, like that's kit bashing. That's what a lot of concept artists do. That does not equal a pipeline ready piece. So like there is a big distinction there that a lot of people need to learn. How are you doing on Handy Soul? It's good to see you, man. Let's see. I'm trying to juggle like 3 different chats because YouTube's quota apparently got reached again. Stupid streamer bot. Let's see. If they keep improving Maya Bifrost, I can easily see it going against Houdini. Bifrost is super cool. I think it's really awesome, and I think it can do some cool stuff. And I'm excited to see what they do with it. There are a few people. Okay, so let's see. It's kind of niche though. Yeah, that's just kind of how it is. Have you used mocap before? I have not. I want to, but I don't want to pay for it. My opinion, modeling stuff is pretty agnostic, so it's flexible. Use DCC of your choice. Yeah, I mean, I can model in Blender because the modeling process is the same stuff. It's all based off the same technologies. The tools are named differently, but that's about it. I use mocap almost every week. Ask if you have a question. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Can't find you on Discord. Check out the link in my bio on Instagram. That's where there's an all my links link. There's a Discord invite link there. Hopefully it gets to the point to go against Houdini, and the only thing is the price. So, I mean, Maya Indie gives you everything, which is awesome. So I pay like $279 a year. I get Maya Indie, and that's what I use. Yeah, the Maya Indie, it's the same price as Houdini Indie. Autodesk is not cheap, but the Indie version is not bad. Yeah. Like, if you really break it down and you look at the cost of Maya Indie, it costs about $20 a month. Like, yeah, you have to pay it up front, which I think sucks, but it's $20 a month. Like, you pay it once and you're good for a year. That's what I do every year. And my license always comes up for renewal in January, which is the worst freaking time. And I really should just like delay it a little bit so I don't have to do it right after Christmas. But yeah, my license comes up every year. I just renew it and I'm good to go. It's super affordable. I don't really know much about their new like token system, but from everything I read about it, it doesn't sound like it's going to be useful for me. Is it that hard to put like cloth physics on? Yeah, I wouldn't assume it is. It's going to be the same as like linking it to an actual model. But Reality Portal probably has more experience in that one than I do. A friend wants to start learning 3D Maya quite overwhelmingly. Blender looks good for her or for starters. Yeah, no, Blender's fine. Like, here's the thing. pick what you can get, you know? Like, if you can't afford Maya, go to Blender, you know? I get it. Maya costs a lot of money. Like, $300 a year is still expensive. So when it comes down to it, like, if you can't afford it, use Blender. Like, Blender is a perfectly good way. But if you're going to use Blender, learn it the right way. Don't learn all of the crappy little, like, shortcuts and stuff. Like, learn how to actually model with good topology. Learn how skeletons are built. Learn how the animation curves work. Like, whatever you're studying, like, actually learn how to do that stuff instead of relying on other people's plugins, because if you don't learn the base knowledge of this stuff and you get into, like, say you get a job somewhere, right? And they don't want to buy those plugins that you're used to using. You have to know how to do that yourself at that point. So it's kind of just one of those things, like, if you're going to do Blender, make sure you do it right. Don't start with a damn donut. You could use a limbic or a skinning data. Both ways work depending on your need. Nice. Okay. The link on IG gives me an error. Oh, that's not good. Hold on a second. Wait, the Discord link or the All My Links link? The rig and the model are made in Maya, though. Yeah, Maya's Zencloth system will work for that. Do you think lots of Blender tutorial out there teach proper usage? I don't. That's what kind of sucks, right? I don't think that they do. Blender can be an awesome tool for learning the stuff you need to learn, because it's all of this stuff is based on the same technology, the same math, the same science. It's all based on the same stuff. That doesn't change from application to application. Some of them just handle it better. But the problem is that if you get so reliant on all these little shortcuts, like, you're just not going to learn the base process of it, and you're not going to stand out. You're not going to stand up. That's what sucks. The all your links link. That's bizarre. Hold on a second. Try this one. Let's see. Blender is great if you want to model for games. Make sure you research your modeling fundamentals. Yeah, exactly. Timuzu, how are you? Good to see you. Let's see. Also, when learning a new program, make sure what field you want to work in. Yeah, exactly. Forgot the small detail of wind. It needs physics. Ncloth handles physics as well. You just have to use the regular physics nodes. Is there a tutorial for car drift animation? Probably. I don't have one, but there probably is somewhere. Okay. I'm waiting for Biflame. Good God, there's a lot going on here. Hold on a second. Let's see. What is Biflame, Mr. Blazing Man? Blender is based on mainly add-ons. Yeah, that's what sucks. Blender feels like a shopping mall where you get everything. Yeah. Blender is good and all, but you have to make sure you brush your teeth before bed. Yep. Exactly. I would say 70% of the Blender tutorials are people who use Blender for 2 months and watch a bunch of YouTube and think that they're ready to make one. Yes. See, that's... Oh, I love that comment, because that's me in a nutshell. So people ask me, like, especially when I pick up a new software, so like Rhizome, for instance, as soon as I started using it, I started getting asked for, like, tutorials on how to use it. Guys. I personally refuse to make tutorials on anything until I have an understanding of it and I know I can teach it. So I'm just barely getting comfortable teaching some Substance Painter stuff, and that's taken me 7 months to get to that point. So when it comes to people who, like, do tutorials, check to see, like, what their, like, kind of, like, rule on that stuff is, and, like, see what their history is. Because it's really important. Like, I think a lot of the people who try to teach stuff on the internet do it for the, like, I guess the clout of it. But, like, the reality is, it's like 3D, unless you're teaching Blender for some reason, like, it's really hard to grow. And that's totally fine. I'm not necessarily doing it for that reason. My reason for teaching people how to use this stuff and how to use Maya and all these other applications is because I don't want you guys to have to pay for college. Like, I want to give you guys as many resources as possible so you can avoid that, so you don't have to make the mistake that I did. That's kind of like my mission with all this. Like, I think this knowledge should be open as much as possible. And like, yeah, of course, I want to make some money on this at some point. But for now, like, my goal is just to teach people. And that's it. And make some cool stuff. Like, I like being an artist too. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. I missed all these messages on Twitch. Unhandy Soul, it's going well. The Flash House. I paid for my indie, switched to Twitch to make it easier for me. Yeah, more Blender needs a built-in topology. Yes. I met Blender Guru. Did you really? He seems like a perfectly nice guy. I just think his donut tutorial is the wrong way to start. I used mine in high school, but now I can't because it's expensive. But been using Blender for a couple months now. It's fun, but not the same as Maya. So Shadow IQ, look at my indie if you can. I made the mistake. I'm $55,000 in student debt. Yep, that sounds about like where I was when I graduated. Now I'm at like 25. But hey, I made friends. I didn't even make friends. Cervantes 3D Art, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. I'm sorry I missed that. Okay. Max is pretty good. Blender adjacent program to use. The Max. And Max is industry standard. The gap between those two programs is smaller than Blender and Maya. Yeah, I used Max for a little while. I hated it, but some people really like it. A noble mission, yes. Just witnessed someone drop $30 on a Taco Bell order. Why? That's a lot of money for Taco Bell. Man, I've been using Maya for years, and some of the tips you post have saved me stuff that I never knew. That's good. I'm glad. Like, my tips are designed for everyone. They're not just for, like, people who already know or people who don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I figure out sometimes that I'm like, why have I been doing this? Like, honestly, and I'll be fully open with you guys, I didn't use symmetry in Maya until my new project that I started a week ago. I've never touched this tool before. And it saved me so much time just because I always had it folded in. I didn't even know it was there. Until I thought, God, I wonder if Maya actually has symmetry. So, like, the reality is like, you'll learn it and you'll find it. And, like, I'll find things that I didn't know. And I'll post quick tips about it because that's, you know. The word industry standard is overrated. Production companies don't care. Hiring a junior as long as you can do the task properly and there are tons of pipeline development. No, absolutely. Yeah. Is there any possibility in future in car drift animation? Are you asking if there's like a future to do car drift animations? I mean, maybe. I don't know if you wanted to work for like a car company. Do you use the toolbox for modeling? I really don't. I use not that. Hold on a second. Oh, I just clicked the wrong button. I don't use symmetry. Yeah, see, and I did the duplicate thing too for a long time, but the symmetry is actually kind of nice, even though it doesn't work half the time. Now I gotta wait for that load. Let's see. Oop, cancel. So, do you use toolboxes? So I use Maya's built-in modeling toolbox. I don't use the bonus tools, just because I really haven't played with them much. For modeling, I usually only model other half than I do mirroring. I like to work with the entire piece and then just delete half of it and then mirror it, but I've gotten more into the symmetry idea of it all. Patel, hello, how are you? Car drift is actually quite easy to do. Which area are you confused about? I think I'm confused on if they're asking if there's a future in like animating only car drifts, because I don't really know. Props to you for your approach to things, man. Starting out earlier this year, it's great to find people in the community passionate about actually helping people develop the skill set they need. Yeah, that's something that I didn't have when I was in college, and like I feel bad that it still kind of doesn't exist. Like there's a lot of people who are starting to get into it now, and maybe that's just because the landscape of things is changing, but I'm glad that I get to be a part of that. I'm getting some errors in car rigging and wheels. Camperbot, if you want to join my Discord, go to the All My Links link in my bio, which I hope is actually working. I might be able to help you out with that one. If not, there might be somebody who can as well. When did you start learning in 3D? I started 3D in 2000 and... When did I start high school? 2008? About 2008. Okay, that can go away. gonna save this. ZZ, Mr. Z, what's up? Hey, buddy. For card drift animations, they can watch videos for good reference. Yes. Bonus Tools is so good for UV. See, and I would probably use it, but I bought Rhizome, and I won't stop using Rhizome because it's just so fast. It saves me so much freaking time. Let's see. Cervantes 3D. Finally, I got a chance to watch your stream. I know you're at the end of it, but like we have so much talking going on. I don't want to end it. But it's good to see you. If you understand topology and UVs, you can learn any 3D software. Just got to figure out where the button is. Exactly. That's very true. Yeah, Flash House. The symmetry works really well. It kind of fails with extruding, though. So if you're trying to extrude across, it just does not work really well. Trying to use your link and it's showing an error. Damn. Okay, here. Try this one. I'm going to pin this. What is Rhizome? Here, I'll show you guys real quick. Can I pin this? Pin comment. I'll fix that link after the stream. I need to see the error, but if the purpose is to have a nice drifting video, I suggest using Unreal, which has a built-in car rig that works with some kind of sim, easy to do. Oh, that's cool. All my links says temporarily unavailable. Okay, so I just pinned a comment. Click that one. That'll take you there. All right, so Rhizome. You want to learn Rhizome, or want to see Rhizome anyway. This is Rhizome. Let me just load something in here real quick, and I'll show you how this works. Let's do grenade to Rhizome. Oh, hold on. Let me load. I need to load it without UVs, though. Oh, and don't forget the grenade is free until the 30th, guys. So if you want to download the grenade, it is free. So it's this guy. Yeah. All right, so Rhizome is just for UVs. So it's really nice because I can just go in here, select my body, right? I can isolate this. And so you can see I don't have any UVs on this right now, but all I have to do is just go, all right, cool. So I want a loop here. I want a loop here. That's probably okay. And then I'm going to cut that in half. It's going to automatically bridge all of that together. And then I'll go down here. And I'll say, okay, cool. I want to cut that off. And then this is going to be my center cut. And I'm going to run this up the body here. Make sure that connects fully. I'm going to hit C to cut it. And then I'm going to select it and then unwrap it. Lay it out. And then it gives you really in-depth details on where your strain is. But that's how I UV things now, and that's how quick it is. Like, it's fast. Rhizome saves me so much time. You can load your own custom grids. You can use their built-in ones, like whatever you want to, and then like it's quick. So like I could technically UV this grenade in like, I don't know, half an hour instead of spending a ton of time. Oh, let's see. Cervantes, damn, it's all good. I'll watch your stream later. I love your content on Maya. Always gotta go. Anyways, gotta go. Cervantes, have a great night. Thank you so much for shopping in. I use Maya and it takes a bit for UV. Yeah, Maya's a little bit slower for UV. Rhizome is super fast. What is this you pay? Yeah, I pay. I make content off of software that I pay for. I was definitely a person that wasted money on college, learned basics, and itself learn the rest of the way. Yeah, that's kind of the thing that a lot of people deal with, which sucks. If I'm not wrong, Maya and Fold 3D and Rhizome share the same developers. They do, but Rhizome still handles it better. Well, color me jealous. Rhizome's cheap. So, here's the other thing I love about Rhizome. It is $16 a month, because it's in euros or something like that. But $16 a month, you pay that for a year, and then you own it. No licensing after that, nothing. It's just your software. Oh, for Rhizome, sorry. It's free. There's a free trial, but I have the paid version so I can actually own it. How does it know what UVs are important versus what's not? It just kind of unwraps it and then lets you know, and then it does scaling as best as it can. And if you need to change your textile density, you can go and adjust everything you need. Hey man, I'm using Blender. I know the basics of it, but sometimes it feels like I want to shift to Cinema 4D. How do I shift? You get it and you just start learning it. That's kind of the best advice there. Those two I know are pretty different. I tried to use Cinema 4D back in the day and I didn't like it very much. But yeah, it's just gonna come down to doing the same thing you did to learn Blender. Just start doing projects and learning what you can. Let's see, right now, yeah, Scoutham, that was Rhizome. Is it helpful for beginners? Yes and no. So Rhizome is really good if you already understand how to actually like divide up your model and unwrap it. So that's where Rhizome kind of shines. When I used it the first time, I didn't understand that process. So to me, it was a waste. And this was like 10 years ago. Now that I've spent the time learning how to do UVs properly, and I've learned how to read the maps and figure out like when stuff is and isn't working, that's where Rhizome comes in handy, because the selection algorithm is flawless. So Rhizome knows when you've selected an edge loop up here, an edge loop up here, and if you're selecting an interior one, that it's going to connect those and it's going to stop. Maya doesn't. So Maya just says this edge loop goes all the way through the model and it connects all the way through the model. It doesn't stop. That's where Rhizome comes in handy. Which software are you using right now? This is Maya. Yeah, 2025 Maya. Are you talking about Clawsim? No, I'm talking about Rhizome UV. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anything there. Okay. What's up? I'm well. How are you? I'm good, Z. I'm doing really good. You can use locators for car drift animation, locate the bumper side. I really hate that my YouTube chat's broken because I'm like bouncing like 5 different chats now. For the UV. Yeah, UVing, it's not my favorite. I hate it, but Rhizome makes me hate it just a little bit less, so that's just kind of how I feel about it. Did you use the new extrude function? I use it every once in a while, but I don't know. It's cool to have. I don't like going back. Like if I'm gonna have to fix the topology anyway, I'm just gonna do it manually. Now, the day that actually gives you correct topology after doing that, then hell yeah, I'll be on board. But if I'm gonna fix the topology anyway after doing an extrude, then I'm just gonna do it myself. It's kind of how I feel about it. But all right, guys, we are now like almost an hour over when I was supposed to stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of winding down stream here. Everybody on Instagram, thank you guys so much for the conversations tonight. This has been an awesome night. I'm glad to be back streaming, and I think the new format kind of helps a little bit better, so that's cool. I'll be live again on Monday, just the same as normal, and then next week I'm going to try to do the full week and not miss Wednesday. So yeah, everybody on Instagram, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. It's been great talking with all of you, and I will see you all throughout the weekend and in the comments and stuff. Bye, guys. All right, so we got that one. That's good. All right, YouTube. I hate that my thing ran out here. Okay. YouTube, thank you guys so much. It has been an awesome night. Looks like it was a pretty poppin' night on YouTube too, which is awesome. That's super, super cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it as always. Good conversations. Sorry that my chat got broken at the end of this. Weird. Great talking with you. Nice stream. Thank you so much, Garong. YouTubers up. Yep, YouTubers up. I will see you guys all live on Monday, as per usual. I may be done doing my YouTube only Fridays experiment, just because it didn't yield the results that I was thinking it was going to yield, so might as well not. But YouTube seems to be doing really well on its own anyway, so I'm just going to continue doing multi-streaming to everything. But I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate you guys interacting and watching and liking. And I'll see you all live on Monday. I'll see you later.